Annual Convention. The chair will be turned over to past National President Anna Gear, who will proceed with the installation ceremony.
It is now. Good morning. Welcome to the installation of Peggy Thomas from the Department of Virginia as National President. Also, her national officers and the department presidents who will serve with her as we begin a new year. It is with much pride and a distinct honor for me to be installing the 2012-2013 officers. First, I would like to announce the participants in this morning's ceremony. Serving as Sergeant-at-Arms and Assistant Sergeant-at-Arms are Virginia James and Patricia Upshaw from the Department of Virginia. Susan Lee, past department president, is our stage manager and my assistant. Honor guards are Margaret Dellinger, Pearl Klingenville, Cheryl Shine, Marsha Wheatley, Patricia Knight, Donna Ellis, Bonnie Cruz, Paula Campanis, Barbara Barnes, Cindy Coconut, and Marion Chinchilla. Janet Renner is the chairman of Pages. Music will be presented by Dan Roberts, a four-time gold medal winner in the National Creative Arts Festival. The installing chaplain is past National President Christine West of New Hampshire. Special poems have been written for this occasion and will be presented by James Littlepage, who was awarded the 2003 Poet of the Year medallion by the famous Poets Society. James is also a winner at the Creative Arts in 2009. At this time, members of the audience, please remain seated as the honor escort the family and friends of National President-elect Peggy Thomas to the platform. Ladies, this is not a funeral procession. Would you please walk a little faster? Following the guests are the new national officers escorted by the retiring officers. Please welcome the National Vice President-elect Nancy Brown Park of California, escorted by her husband, Jim. Will everyone everyone please rise as the colors of the Department of Virginia are presented. And now, it is with much pride that I ask you to welcome the 2012-2013 National President-elect, Peggy Thomas. Peggy is being escorted by her daughter Lisa and son-in-law Kevin Chaplin. Would everyone please be seated for a musical selection by Dan Roberts, American Soldier.
I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone. Up and at 'em bright and early, I'm all business in my suit. Yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my head down to my boots. I don't do it for the money, there's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our futures, my responsibility. Yeah, I'm real good under pressure, being all that I can be. I can't call in sick on Monday when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. Hey, I'm solid, hey, I'm steady, hey, I'm true down to the core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, and I know the sacrifice. Oh, and I don't want to die for you, But if dying's asked of me, I'll bear that cross with honor, 'cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take the stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, so sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American soldier. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take the stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, so sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American, an American. An American soldier.
Thank you, Dan. Beautiful. Will the retiring officers, with the exception of the National President and the National Vice President, please transfer your pin and ribbons to your successor?
Is here, so
Ladies, this is not the way it was rehearsed, but will you take your seats? The National Commander-elect is here. And he needs to get back to be elected. Would Susan Lee please escort Jim Couch, the commander-elected for the American Legion? See, they're always a little bit behind us. Would you please escort him in?
Thank you. Thank you. Be seated. Thank you very much. That's a way to start off in trouble already. Madam President, past national presidents, past national commanders are in the audience, delegates, alders, and guests to this 92nd National Convention. Welcome to Indianapolis. This is a very special day for you and for me. If elected in 3 hours and 45 minutes. I hope to be your national commander of the American Legion. And I want to say that you're going to install a very special lady this morning in Peggy Thomas from Virginia. Her and I are going to work great together, along with Chris Huntsinger, the Sons of the American Legion National Commander from Pennsylvania. With your help, we're going to have a great year. But it's going to take all of us to do what we need to do for the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion. And that's move forward. So with that, I want to thank you very much. I better get back because I don't want to be late today. So thank you all very much, and God bless. I want to introduce my wife before I get in trouble. Vicky's, she'll be staying here until we get ready for the installation, but my wife, Vicky Cows. Thank you all very much, and have a great installation.
Jim, Peggy, would you join him at the podium? Some people want to take pictures. You got a few minutes for that? That's good. Ladies, hurry quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, darling. Good to see you, baby.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Beginning with the chaplain, would you each come to the podium and introduce your successor?
Good morning. It is an honor to present to you National Chaplain Rosemary Houck from the Department of Missouri. Thank you. Good morning. First, honoring my God. Peggy, as your new chaplain, I pledge my wholehearted support for the success of your year. Again, I must thank the Department of Missouri for your support that you have given me for many years. I will never, ever forget you. I thank you, each of you, for the confidence that you have given me by electing me to this position. I will eternally be grateful. This truly is the day that God made, and I am rejoicing in it. Thank you.
It is my honor and privilege to introduce your new national historian, my friend, Angela Kilcrease from the Department of Mississippi.
Good morning, one and all. Madam President-to-be Peggy, it is indeed an honor for me to be elected as historian for the incoming year. This is a dream come true. Peggy, I pledge my all to you this year. Let's go out and make some great history. And I thank Diane Harley for the wonderful work that she did, and she will be an inspiration as we go forward. Thank you again.
It is with much honor and pride that I present to you the newly elected Central Division National Vice President from the Department of Iowa, Mary Jo Bering.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Florence. Madam President, whatever I can do for you this year, you can count on me. To the Department of Iowa, thank you for all your support. To all Central Division, would you please stand? I hope to see you all soon. Whatever I can do for your department, just email me or call. Thank you very much.
It is my honor to present to you the 2012-2013 Eastern Division National Vice President from the Department of Pennsylvania, Joan Reinell.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank the Department of Pennsylvania for endorsing and support me. And Madam-elect President Peggy, the Eastern Division will support you in any way that we can. Would all the Eastern Division please stand? Thank you.
I have the honor of introducing you to your new Northwest Divisional National Vice President. Her name is Doris Ann Werlinger from the great state of South Dakota. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda. And she's from the great state of the Department of Wyoming. I appreciate what all you can do for me. Madam President-elect Peggy, the Northwest Division, we want to support you in any way, every way we can. And we thank you so much. Northwest Division, would you please stand? Hey! I look forward to working with you, and I especially want to thank the Department of South Dakota for supporting me and getting me here with all the wonderful things you've done for me today. Thank you.
It is an honor for me to present to you our 2012-2013 Southern Division National Vice President, Ms. Shirley Fraser from the Sunshine State of Florida.
Good morning, everyone, and to my fabulous state of Florida Department. I love you and thank you for everything you've always done for me. To the wonderful Southern Division, I thank you for electing me to this office that I am very proud to hold. And to you, elect National President Peggy, I can assure you that your Southern angels will reach for the stars to make it a fabulous year. Thank you.
It is my honor to introduce to you our 2012-2013 Western Division National Vice President from the Department of Washington, Barbara Rutherford.
Thank you. Peggy, I, from Western Division, also will pledge your support for the whole year. It is fantastic that I finally get to work with you again. I also would like to thank the members of Department of Washington for all their support and the confidence in putting me in this position, I think. And also to Western Division, please stand. And we will be the best in the West. Thank you.
National President Chris, would you please present the pin and ribbons to the officers that served with you? That's fine. Let's show our appreciation for the outstanding leadership and dedicated services that these fine officers have given this year. Chris, if you go out with your officer, then they can get some pictures. Once more, let's give them a hand for the dedication and fine job that they did this year. Thank you, Chris. One of the most stimulating experiences is to witness that step across that intangible line that separates one administration from another. Officers, you are standing at the threshold of a new, exciting, and challenging year. Soaring to new heights through angels in service is the theme for this installation. The word angel has deep roots dating back to the beginning of time. History tells us that there were many different types of angels. Madam Peggy, your family of angels are many and varied also. You have angels of love, angels of hope, angels of faith, and angels of dedication, just to mention a few. Madam President, you are the archangel, our princess of light, the brightest leader of all. As you travel to the departments, visiting your auxiliary angels, you will feel like you are traveling on the highway to heaven. And your harmony of angels have all promised to be faithful messengers, dedicated leaders, and loyal supporters. You will know the feeling of being touched by an angel. Would all angels please don your halos? Do you not have a halo? Maybe they thought Joe was going to be a devil. Do we have any more halos up here? We need 3 halos for over here. Yeah, take them over there. Okay, ladies, they're going to keep those halos, so if we can, there, that looks better. Would the officers please rise to take your oath of office, including the department. The members of the American Legion Auxiliary have entrusted to you with great responsibility. You have been elected to guide the activities and programs of our organization. You will familiarize yourself with the duties of your respective office. Always remember that the welfare and success of this organization depends upon you. Every American Legion Auxiliary member assumes the obligation of preserving the integrity of the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary, contributing to the aims and purposes of our organization. Angels, please raise your right hand and repeat after me, giving your name where I give mine. I, Anna here, promise to perform faithfully all the duties of the office I am about to assume. And I further pledge that I am not a member of and do not subscribe to the principles of any group opposed to our form of government. You may lower your hands and be seated. Audience, as auxiliary members, you will be known as the angels of music. You have selected these new officers to lead us, and I have charged them with a serious responsibility, and I likewise charge you. Since music is said to be the speech of angels, will all members of the American Legion Auxiliary please rise, raise your right hand, and sing along with me. Excuse me, repeat after me. Raise your right hand, auxiliary members. I solemnly promise to renew my pledge of service to the American Legion Auxiliary and to give wholehearted support to these newly elected officers. Will the entire audience please stand? Installing chaplain, past National President Chris West will offer prayer.
Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful and meaningful installation ceremony. You have shown your love for these new officers and showered them with pride. Thank you, too, for installing officer, past National President Anna Geer, who has given so much of herself to our organization and to thee. This we are truly grateful for. And finally, dear Lord, we ask you send the angels from above to watch over us all and keep a special angel at the side of our National President Peggy to be with her throughout her year of travels. Keep her safe and keep her in good health always. This we ask in your holy name. Amen.
You may be seated. James Littlepage, a renowned poet, has written a poem especially for Peggy's installation. Jim?
Freedom under the wings of angels. You will note on the back of your program you have that poem. This poem is about Richard Harrison, a very dear friend of mine, and many thousands of other veterans. Walking a post-war journey, lost these many years living in a bottle of booze, trying to forget, wanting to escape, not knowing how, afraid to lose. Drugs, alcohol, any substitute to escape today. Under the bridge, wasting away. Veterans searching for peace, peace of mind. That's the freedom that the battles took away. Scarred, mangled bodies, the mind plagued with horrid thoughts. Friends lost and maimed, each crippling traumatic event. Remembering to live, we killed the enemy. Thou shalt not kill. Does God forgive when we repent? Freezing on a cold, dark December night, a soft, angelic voice spoke. Come, don't be afraid. I'm with the ALA, the American Legion Auxiliary. We serve our country's veterans. We help to show them the way. We love you. We support you. We're everywhere. Our hearts and hands can salvage a soldier's peace, peace of mind. That's the freedom you lost. You paid the price. It's our mission to help our veterans bear the cost. Now learning to cope in civilian life, the burden inside. My angel, my ALA ally, safeguards the door. living under the wings of angels, living with the scars of war.
Thank you, Jim. Would National Vice President-elect Nancy Brown Park and retiring National Vice President Peggy Thomas please come forward for the presentation of the Vice President's pin and ribbon? Go to the podium, please. Years from now, when you look back at pictures with all these people, funny things on their head, you'll have a good laugh. You want to present her? Go to the podium. Yeah, go ahead. Introduce her and present.
Yeah, you do. I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me introduce you first.
I present to you the newly elected Vice President Nancy Brown Park from California.
Thank you, Madam President Peggy. I thank each of you for giving me this opportunity to serve as your National Vice President. It truly is a dream come true. I pledge to newly elected President Peggy my 100% support. Your membership plan will motivate each of us to sign up just one member, and by doing that simple task, we will increase our membership and preserve our legacy. As we celebrate Angels in Service this year, I know that each member will support your theme by helping veterans, active duty military, and their families around the world. I'm committed to take on all that President Peggy needs from me, and will keep Janet Jefford in the loop so that she has firsthand understanding of the tasks that may be before her. I'd like to introduce my best support, and in California we call them gophers. My husband, a Vietnam veteran, Jim. Jim, we stand. Love you. Will the Legion family from the Golden State of California please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Now that's California gold. No one can get here without the help of our department, and I am no exception. So thank you, everybody. And of course, thank you to the Western Division for all your support over the years. And will the Western Division please stand again? There are so many special women who have helped me along the way and helped to make me what I am today. But there is one very special woman who is not with us today, and that's my mom, past Department President Jean Brown. I know she is my special angel and will be with me throughout the year. Mom, this is dedicated to you. Thank you.
Peggy, would you please go to the podium? Yeah, y'all can't hear me. Peggy, you have been given the highest honor that we as members of the American Legion Auxiliary can bestow upon you, that of serving as our National Vice President. National President. I'm not used to the President. For serving for 2012, 2013. So dry. Would retiring President Chris please join Peggy at the podium? Would you please present the President's pin, ribbon, and gavel?
From the left here, because I'll get screwed up on that.
While Chris is transferring her badge of office, may we express to her our appreciation for your commendable year of service and your many accomplishments.
You're honoring me. Thank you.
Thank you. It is a great honor to present this gavel to my friend Peggy Thomas. She's a dedicated volunteer. She will lead you with honor and grace and love. Peggy, here's your gavel.
Thank you.
Love you.
Would the past national presidents please rise? Standing before you, Peggy, is a dedicated group of ladies. We call them our guardian angels. They have shown their pride by pledging to you their support and best wishes for a wonderful year. And President Chris, at the close of your convention, I know ladies will welcome you with open arms. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with much pride of that I present our national president, Peggy Thomas. Peggy, would you like to say a few words?
Have you ever known me not to, Anna? Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Madam National President Chris, Madam Installing Officer, Past National President Anna Geer, members of the American Legion family, guests and friends, welcome to the beginning of a new auxiliary year. Today I stand before you in total awe. To be installed as your national president is both a great honor and a tremendous responsibility. And it is a responsibility that I do not take lightly. There are many memories in my memory bank, some good, some less good, and I will go over just a few of the good ones. My wedding day, the day Lisa was born, when she and Kevin got married. When I was installed as department president, when I was promoted to national vice president, when I was also vice president from the company, which I retired, the day Lisa received her doctorate, and I assure you I will remember this day forever. Congratulations go to President Chris for completing a marvelous year. She has led us courageously and forged new trails. Nancy, congratulations to you on your election. Your election reflects the trust and confidence the membership has in you. Cherish that trust and know that I will rely heavily on you this next year for your help, support, and friendship. I want to also recognize and congratulate Janet Jefford, Sharon Knatzer, and all the chairmen that have agreed to serve with me this year. I want to thank my daughter Lisa and my son-in-law Kevin for their moral support and for all they have done for me. Lisa for feeding my pets and driving me back and forth to the airport, sometimes at 3:30 in the morning, and picking me up at midnight or later. And to Kevin for keeping my computer up and running and not complaining too much. I would like to introduce them to you. Lisa and Kevin, would you please stand? Thank you. The rest of my family could not make it due to work schedules or other reasons. My good friend, past National President Anna Geer, who needs no introduction, has worked tirelessly to try to keep things running smoothly and on track. And another good friend, past National Commander Butch Miller, has always proven to be invaluable. Thank you to all my Virginia Legion family for being so supportive. Would everyone in the Department of Virginia please stand? Would everyone in the Southern Division please stand? Thank you all. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you, Chris Nelson, for being such a good friend and mentor. And thanks to the office staff for stepping up to the plate and steering me through unknown waters this past year. I will always be indebted to the PT 13 Campaign Committee, the members, which are many, of the Department of Virginia, American Legion, the SAL, partners of the 8 and 40, and to my many good friends who contributed most generously to my campaign. I promise I will not let you down. Last year at Chris's installation, I said, we too have a dream. Without dreams, nothing would be accomplished. Man would never have landed on the moon. The Americans would never have been discovered, nor would there have been a gold rush or the discovery of penicillin. In the words of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, a rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single man contemplates it, bearing with him the image of a cathedral. My dream for the auxiliary is to help it grow and flourish. We are members of a very noble and prestigious organization that has made a difference in the lives of many men, women, and children for decades. Let me share some of my plans with you for the ensuing year. My plan is to continue the work that President Chris has started. We both understand the value of growing our membership, for without membership, there would be no American Legion Auxiliary, but at the same time, we know we must continue tirelessly working our programs. Why us, you may ask? But my answer is, who better than the American Legion family to care for those who have borne the battle so that we can live free? Let me quote from an article by Congressman Randy Forbes of Virginia, published in the Capitol Monitor in September 2010. In 1865, President Lincoln stood on the east portico of the Capitol to take the oath of office as President of the United States. As he stood to deliver his second inaugural address, he faced a country that had been battered by civil war. The costliest and deadliest war on American soil. It separated families, brought domestic suffering, and pitted brother against brother. There was hardly a family in the South that did not lose a loved one, a son, a brother, or a father. As President Lincoln gave his address, he did not know the end of the war was only weeks away. And as he addressed a war-battered nation, he made a promise that has become one of the defining characteristics of our great nation. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work that we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan. Today, our nation's veterans who selflessly dedicated their lives in service of our nation often endured long periods of separation from loved ones and suffered physical and emotional pain. Despite the pain many of them have suffered, if you look in their eyes, you will often see a love for their country, a strength for their families, and a courage that is indefinable. President Lincoln's promise to care for those who shall have borne the battle ought to be one of our greatest privileges as American citizens. Without the sacrifices of our veterans, our nation would certainly not be as we know it today. Yet when it comes to caring for our veterans, in many ways we are sadly falling short. Veterans are a part of all of our lives. If not personally, then by the freedoms we enjoy every day as Americans. Our work for them is not done. As a country, it is our privilege to renew our commitment to care for him who shall have borne the battle with the care, services, and support they have been promised. While the world and our governance structure brings a certain amount of change each year, American Legion Auxiliary leadership is working to be consistent in how we carry out our mission. We understand that too many changes in the plan of action can be cumbersome, so changes are minimal this year. Some of my primary objectives are to encourage the spirit of patriotism, to inspire love of country, to honor our veterans and military personnel for their service and sacrifice, to ensure a safe America for all children, strengthen our bonds to the American Legion, and to have fun while we are doing it. I have chosen for my overall theme this year, Soaring to New Heights, as we reach far and wide to welcome in new members and to expand our service. We strongly feel that demonstrating service not self and engaging members in meaningful mission delivery, the American Legion Auxiliary will be appealing to everyone who shares our passion for veterans. Membership will be a primary focus as we need members to work our programs and to build a more reliable network of service. By increasing membership numbers, we can ensure that our mission is carried out now and in the future. My tagline reflects honoring our veterans past, present, and future. My membership theme is Angels in Service to our veterans, our military, and their families. If we wish to continue the quality of service that we now give, we must grow our numbers. The greater our membership numbers, the higher we can soar in our service and spreading our message. We are asking each auxiliary member to recruit only one member, not only one, but at least one. Can you imagine where that would take us in membership? We're realistic people, and we know that some will not be able to do that, but some will bring in 5, 10, 25, or even more. Renewals are also a vital part of our organization. The personal touch is always best. Tell members that have not renewed that you miss them and encourage them to revisit and participate. With huge numbers of troops returning to our shores, the need for help is mushrooming. Some will be maimed and some will be suffering from PTSD. In the current economy, joblessness and hopelessness abounds. We truly have our work cut out for us. There is the plight of the homeless female veterans, some with children. They are afraid to sleep in homeless shelters and afraid to seek help from social services for fear of losing their children. A number of departments already have a plan in place to assist this segment of our society, but I ask that you do more. A woman veteran in the street is very vulnerable, and shame on us as women if we do not do more to help them. My special project this year is Children of Warriors National President Scholarship. I ask you to be generous when donating to this, as this is the least we can do for these children. They too have made enormous sacrifices. If you look at the Constitution and bylaws of the American Legion and American Legion Auxiliary, it clearly states what we are supposed to do. I say, again, who is better equipped to handle these issues than the Legion family? Working as a Legion family, we can accomplish most anything that we set out to do. I have volunteered in a VA hospital for many years, and I have seen firsthand the devastation that war can inflict on the human body and the spirit. I have also witnessed the hardships that deployment brings on the family. As we soar to new heights in the auxiliary to become angels in service to our veterans, active military, National Guard, and their families, please be mindful of the mission of the American Legion Auxiliary, which is to serve veterans, their families, and our communities. The Auxiliary is asked to strengthen its ties with the American Legion and the Sons of the American Legion so that we may serve side by side in a spirit of unselfish devotion to all Americans. We need to renew our commitment to the 4 founding principles of our organization: justice, freedom, democracy, and loyalty. We have a great love of tradition, God, and country. Working together as a team, we will soar to new heights in service. Thank you all for what you do.
Very good.
It must have been cold there in the shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine that your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, and you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be, and I could fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know it. I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. Oh, and I could fly you than an eagle. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything, everything, everything I wanna be. Yeah. And I could fly higher than an eagle. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. Oh, you are the wind beneath my wings. Fly, 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 you let me fly so high. Oh, you are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, you are the wind beneath my wings. Fly, fly, fly against the sky. You let me touch the sky. Thank you, thank you, thank God for you, the wind beneath my wings. Thank you so much. That goes to Peggy and all the ALA.
Thank you, Dan. Beautiful. Madam President Peggy, there are many attending the installation and many more back home in Virginia that are very proud of you and your accomplishments. But there is a loved one who is not with us, your sweetheart, John. I know you feel his presence, and we know he is looking down on you with a chest filled with pride and love, with a broad grin on his face, wishing you a wonderful year of happiness. But there is someone here who also has a lot of pride and love for you. Would Peggy's daughter, Lisa, and her husband, Kevin, please come forward?
Thank you. Good morning. Speaking for our family, Thomas, Chaplin, and the Eye-Roller families, I want to first convey to you everyone's regrets for not being able to be here for various reasons, work, travel, and whatnot, to be with us for this event. And I know if my dad was looking down today, he'd be pretty proud of her. Anyway, I'm a 20-year member of the organization, and I know as members you'd like to know just a little bit more about what you're getting into with your president for this year. So we'll tell you a little bit. She has a strong business background, as you know, and she runs life like a business. Always doing research on something, making a list of what's coming up tomorrow or the next day. She even makes appointments with her friends or with me. She's committed to the mission of serving our veterans, the military, and their families, as you well know. She's trustworthy and loyal to a fault. She's a little bit of a workaholic and an overachiever, and failure is not in her vocabulary. Kevin, I believe I've said enough. I'm in enough trouble already.
She will not micromanage. She believes in listening to everybody's opinion, but will not always be swayed by it. Her family, her friends, and her pets rank high on her list, right below the auxiliary. You can count on her to give the auxiliary the very best of her time and experience. One piece of advice I will pass on to you: do not call her after 9 p.m. unless it's an emergency. The family is loaning her to you for a year. Then we want her back. Thank you.
At this time, I'm happy to present Susan Lee, past department president from the Department of Virginia, who will present our special guest. Susan.
Please help me welcome Diane Cabot, National Executive Committee woman from the Department of Virginia, and her partner George Lucier, National Executive Committeeman from the Department of Virginia, to share some words of wisdom with Peggy.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to introduce Bobby Lucier's husband, George. Thank you, Madam Chairman. Madam National President Peggy, distinguished American Legion family members and friends, I do believe I heard the angels singing this morning. This is a very special day for our Legion family, for all auxiliary women, but I must say for the Department of Virginia, we feel truly blessed and more than a little scared. You see, in Virginia, we're used to being the home of presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Madison, and so forth. But when you're also the home to Dr. Kate Waller Barrett, Mrs. Anna Geer, and now President Peggy Thomas, well, let me assure you, those high heels are mighty high, and I know something about shoes, as y'all know. So, I know and I am aware that you realize what an extraordinary woman Peggy Thomas is. She is a woman of intelligence, grace, and beauty. She is a true daughter of the South, a lady of Virginia, a Southern belle in its finest sense. But President Peggy is also what we call a steel magnolia. But that, my friends, is truly a thing of beauty. She is the wellspring from which we nourish our passion for this work in Virginia. She is the oak that fortifies our commitment to this mission and our active duty love, our unabashed love for our veterans and active duty military and their families. President Peggy, it is because of you that the Department of Virginia is soaring to new heights. And it will be because of you and your inspiration, Madam National President, that the American Legion Auxiliary as a national organization will soar on to new heights beyond anyone's expectations. We will soar upon the wings of eagles, Madam President, because you definitely are the wind beneath our wings. With all our love, we wish you Godspeed, Miss Peggy, and Virginia will keep the porch light on. Thank you very much.
Good morning. When I was told I was going to have the opportunity to speak, I was told I could speak as long as I want, and then past National President Anna Geer said, "Now, George, you can speak as long as you want, but if you're up there more than 2 minutes, we're going to talk." So I have my comments in under 2 minutes. We don't always have the opportunity to thank those who had a positive impact in our lives. But today, as I stand here to tell you how proud we are in Virginia that you have chosen Peggy Thomas to serve as National President of the American Legion Auxiliary, I must add that I am honored to be part of this very special day, for Peggy has been one of my mentors and a very good friend for many years. I had the honor of meeting Peggy and her husband John Thomas 20-plus years ago, and since that time, I have come to learn that Peggy is not afraid to take on a challenge. She is dedicated to achieving success in everything she does, always offers encouragement to others, and has helped many members in the Virginia American Legion family. We are an organization that stands for God and country, and it has been said that God created everyone with a purpose. But to get there, you need to work to your strengths. I can assure everyone here that Peggy Thomas has made it a practice to work to her strengths. It is because of her vision, her focus, and her dedication that everyone who has worked with her has been able to achieve success, while at the same time learning the right way to get things done in our organization. Today, as she takes on her new duties and responsibilities as the national president, I am confident she will do so with the same business sense that allowed her to enjoy success in the private sector. And I am certain she will do so with that same motivation, purpose, and vision that has been her long-established practice in everything she does. Peggy, I thank you for all you have done for the members of the American Legion family in Virginia for so many years, and I want to assure you and all that are here today that this will be a very successful year because Virginia stands ready to assist you in every way possible. Many years ago, I saw a movie, and I'm sure you've all seen it, and it's When a Bell Rings, an Angel Gets Their Wings. I heard a bell ring yesterday, and I was given some wings, and I know they weren't for me. I took one of those wings and gave it to an angel who has been by my side for almost 50 years. Peggy, I have another wing for you so that you will never forget that you have a flock of angels out here to support you all year long.
Thank you, George.
I hope you like it.
Thank you. It's on a chain. It's an angel's wing.
Never
Thank
forget.
you. I never forget. Thank you.
Our next guests are true leaders in the Department of Virginia. Our 2012-2013 Department President, Ann Stark, and our 2012-13 Commander, Isaac Ike Kelly.
Good morning. National President Peggy, American Legion family, I bring you greetings from the Department of Virginia. National President Peggy, it is with much pride and joy that everyone in Virginia wishes you congratulations and the very best wishes for the coming year. Your mentorship has proved invaluable to those who are following in your footsteps. Your grace and dignity has shown each of us the behavior we should emulate. Your dedication to our veterans and active duty has always been a deep commitment to you, and it inspires everyone around you to reach that devotion. If we are all like angels, the world would be a heavenly place. May all your travels be safe. We will miss you as you proceed with your duties. But as you share your belief in the ideals and the mission of the American Legion Auxiliary, may God's blessings be with you. We love you.
Good morning. I would like to thank you for allowing me to share in this moment, President Thomas. I am truly honored. I would like to also congratulate the ladies of the fine organization, the American Legion Auxiliary, for selecting and now electing President Thomas as your national president for 2012 and 2013. As the old Knight Templar said to Indiana Jones in the movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, you have chosen wisely. Following in the footsteps of the two national presidents from Virginia, Dr. Kate Waller Barrett and our treasured stateswoman, Mrs. Anna Geer, Peggy embodies the auxiliary's motto of service, not self. Peggy is a sincere, loyal, capable, and I'm sorry, Peggy, I can't read your writing. I'm sorry. Excuse me. And dedicated member of the American Legion Auxiliary who is devoted to serving our veterans, our active duty personnel, their families, our communities, state, and nation. The American Legion Virginia family of Virginia is extremely proud of Peggy Thomas, and we know she will uphold and perpetuate the tradition of service that the auxiliary has maintained for the past 92 years. President Thomas, we wish you and your band of angels Godspeed as you begin your flight. And we also pray that the good Lord will bless you, the Ladies Auxiliary, and continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are honored to have today Chris Hunsinger, National Commander of the Sons of the American Legion from the Department of Pennsylvania, as our next guest.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And good morning to the American Legion Auxiliary and all. National President Peggy Thomas, congratulations. And on behalf of the 349,000 members of the Sons of the American Legion, we pledge our support to you on our endeavors this year. We will have a great year in support of our veterans, our troops, the children, and the youth of our nation and our communities. Because today, we begin to forge our future together as one American Legion family. I want to thank you very much for the time this morning. God bless you all, and God bless America, and let's have a good year. Thanks again.
Our next guest are Harold Butch Miller, past National Commander, who had the honor of serving as Department Commander when Peggy was Department President, and our very own Dan Dellinger, Virginia's candidate for National Commander. Let's give them a round of applause.
Please. I often tell people I used to be distinguished, now I'm extinguished, okay? I wish I knew what I was getting myself into today when I came in here. If I'd have known about the theme, I may have tried to stay away. Because, of course, you know, after all of this talk about angel soaring and everything, the local media is going to pick that up, and I can see the newspaper tomorrow. Tomorrow morning it's going to say, American Legion Auxiliary gets high in Indianapolis. Those of us that were here, though, will know what really happened, okay? I've had the honor of serving with a number of presidents, First one, of course, was my mother. The next one was an elected president, Ginny James from Kentucky, who traveled with me when she was president and I was national commander. And in between there, in 1994 and 1995, I had the honor of serving with Peggy. She was the department president and I was the department commander. Sometime after that, as we were approaching each other at a function, she addressed me as her commander. And I addressed her as my president. Now, you've seen fit, obviously, to recognize the talent that this lady has. And if it wouldn't have been for Diane stealing my line about Steel Magnolia, actually I stole that from her, I could tell you about her qualifications, but you already know that. The worst thing you can do with Peggy Thomas is underestimate her intelligence, her spirit, and her drive. And I'll let you have her for 1 year, and she can be your president. But when she's all done, and for the rest of our lives, she will always be my president.
Good morning. Madam President, past national presidents, and members of the American Legion family. Indeed, an honor to be here this morning to witness and participate in Peggy Thomas's installation. Peggy and I have a lot in common. Not only are we true Virginians, but we also have carpetbaggers in our family. I've known Peggy over 20 years and really got to know her when we served as national membership chairmen together. During my travels last year, I would see more of her in other departments and national meetings than I did back in Virginia. But it's always a pleasure to see her. She is truly a gracious Southern lady, always with a smile on her face and a place in her heart for our veterans. I know she'll do an excellent job this coming year. I congratulate her, and I know that she'll be promoting the 4 pillars upon which our great organization was founded. Again, thank you for the opportunity to participate today, and may God bless her in her travels as she does the work of the auxiliary this year.
Our next guest is a true Southern belle. Madeline Johnson comes as a representative of Post and Unit 144, Highland Springs, home of Peggy Thomas.
Good morning. Madam National President Peggy, doesn't that just sound wonderful? Oh. Congratulations, Peggy, from all of the members of Highland Springs Unit and Post 144, Department of Virginia. We are very proud of you, Peggy, and I am so honored to be here with you. This is truly the most exciting event I have ever attended. With lots of hard work and dedication, Peggy, you have reached your goal. I received a letter from Mr. Holland, Board of Supervisors of Chesterfield County, Virginia, where Peggy resides. He stated, as a United States Army veteran, he personally thanks you for your tremendous number of hours you have spent in service to our veterans, their families, and communities. Your communities here in Chesterfield County shares the excitement and pride of your accomplishments. Randy Forbes, a member of Congress, House of Representatives, 4th District, Virginia, sent a letter of congratulations on your newly elected office. He thanks you for your hard work and dedication, not only to the American Legion Auxiliary, but to the whole nation. And he has me to present her with a certificate of congressional recognition, and it's signed by Randy Forbes. Thank you.
Just smile for me and let the day begin. You're like the sunshine that lights my heart within. And I'm sure that you're an angel in disguise. Come take my hand and together we will ride on the wings of love, up and above the clouds, the only way to fly is on the wings of love. On the wings of love, only the two of us together flying high, flying high upon the wings of love. You look at me and I begin to melt, just like the snow when a ray of sun is felt. And I'm crazy about you, baby, can't you see? I'd be so delighted if you would come with me on the wings of love, up and above the clouds, the only way to fly is on the wings of love. On the wings of love, only the two of us together flying high, flying high upon the wings of love. Yes, you belong to me, I'm yours exclusively. Right now we live and breathe each other, inseparable it seems. We're floating like a stream, running free, flying on the wings of love. On the wings of love, up and above the clouds, the only way to fly is on the wings of love. On the wings of love, only the two of us together flying high. On the wings of love, on the wings of love, up and above the clouds, the only way to fly is on the wings of love. On the wings of love, only the two of us together flying high, flying high upon the wings of love. Of love.
Give Dan a big hand. That he's one of our creative arts veterans, but what a beautiful voice.
Dear Heavenly Father, we ask your blessings and love on the newly installed national officers of the American Legion Auxiliary. Give them wisdom, courage, and strength they will need to carry out their duties and responsibilities for our organization. We are volunteers to our veterans, our youth, our communities, and most of all, to Thee. Grant your special blessings on our new National President, Peggy Thomas, as she begins her travels on this wonderful journey in her life. Our leader, the National President of the American Legion Auxiliary. This we ask in your holy name. Amen.
You may be seated. Would Jan Hallmacher Ryan please come forward for a special presentation?
Thank you, Anna. Good morning. It's my distinct pleasure today to welcome past National President Chris to the ranks of past National President on behalf of all of the past National Presidents. To recognize her accomplishments as National President this year, we will have 3 special presentations. Chris's friend, Wendy Riggle, will present Chris with her past National President's pin, which originally had been worn by past National President Sherry McLaughlin, Wendy's mother. It is
I have a few words first. Chris, you have traveled a great journey this year, and there have been many who have traveled side by side with you. However, there was one who could not be here with us, Sherry McLaughlin. She so wanted to be here at your installation, but we know that she was watching from above. And as her final days came, she was very insistent that I understand that her past National President's pin would go back to the national organization, and if it was their pleasure, that it be given to you. It is my privilege and my honor and my pleasure to present to you my mother's past National President's pin, and I hope that as you wear it, you're reminded of her a little bit each day.
Oh, I will be.
And of course, I'm Sherry's daughter, so I do have a bit of advice for you. As you go home from this convention in the next days and weeks and months, you have to tell your family about the experiences that you've had. I know that they've come one on top of another on top of another, and sometimes you haven't had the chance to tell them. But someday there might not be time to tell them, so you have to do that for me. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It is my personal privilege to present the ribbon of past National President to you. Chris, you've had an exciting and busy year as you've traveled in support of the American Legion Auxiliary, carrying your message to our members as well as the community at large. You've been our ambassador on your travels overseas, always aware of our auxiliary image. As I've placed this ribbon on your shoulder, know that it is a symbol of the service that you have rendered on our behalf this year. Please know that it comes with all our thanks for a job well done. Please stay with me, and I would ask that your personal pages, your daughter, Dr. Sarah Nelson Swenson, and National Secretary Debbie Buckler, please come forward for the presentation of your colors, and I would ask that your husband Terry join you between these colors. You may be seated. Chris and Terry, as you stand between these 2 beautiful flags, I know you will remember not only in your minds, but in your hearts, this challenging year of service to our American Legion Auxiliary and to the men and women of the armed forces and our veterans their families, and the communities in which they live, that you have served as our national president. I'm sure you will also treasure the memories of when you stood on the podium between these flags and presided as national president. Chris, 1 year ago, these beautiful flags were presented to you, entrusted to your care to guard wisely for 1 year. They stand as they have for years, for patriotism, for an unrelenting love of country, and service to a cause greater than all of us. May they always hold a place of honor in your hearts and in your home. You've touched all our hearts as you spoke to veterans, to the military, and to our wounded warriors, honoring their service and explaining your continuing commitment to make life better for all of them. You and Terry represented us with dignity and pride as you journeyed beyond our shores to foreign lands as our ambassadors of goodwill, not only for the American Legion Auxiliary, but for the United States of America. You too answered our nation's call to service during this incredible year. When you took the oath of office 1 year ago, the road of your presidency stretched before you with its limitless possibilities, and now it has come to a close, with many chapters written, with memories to be cherished, and wonderfully fulfilling moments to be treasured. You have lived your dream. Waiting for you when you arrive home will be these beautiful flags, our glorious American flag that carries American ideas and ideals, American history and American feelings. Although it is only pieces of material sewn together to form a design, every color, every thread, every star and stripe means liberty and justice and stands for our unrelenting quest for fairness and equality. We cherish in our hearts an unquenchable love and devotion to the unseen which it represents. The stars and stripes are our dreams and our labors. They are bright with cheer, brilliant with courage, firm with faith. As a symbol of our nation, our flag is as much a thing of the spirit as it is a thing of the cloth. And then there is our own auxiliary scarlet and gold banner, symbolizing our organization and our members who serve with conviction for God and country. It represents mystery and purpose, our ideas for the future, and the reasoned purpose of resolution. It is not more than what we believe it to be, and it is all that we believe it can be. It is what we make it, nothing more. This bright gleam of color is a symbol of the care and the giving and the devotion to our programs and our principles. It too is only cloth, but woven from the fabric of dedication and devotion, a vital fragment of what we will weave into the reality of our organization's future. So today, please allow me, past National President Chris and Terry, to express the deep appreciation of all our members to you for being a leader of vision and determination. I thank you, Chris, for this opportunity to present to you and Terry this beautiful stand of colors, knowing all that they represent, not only to you, but to all of us. Cherish the memories of this year and the lasting friendships, and take with you our heartfelt thank you from your auxiliary family as you return to your own personal family. May God continue to bless you both with good health and happiness wherever life and circumstances take you. Chris and Terry, please be seated, and will the color bearers please repost the colors. Thanks to Sarah and to Debbie. Chris, as you take your seat, you will also take your place as a past national president of the American Legion Auxiliary. And now please welcome back Anna Gear.
Thank you. We will have a poem by James Littlepage.
I am your bonded servant. I am your slave. I volunteered to serve, and when you called, I gave. With combat gear and rifle, I went to places far away. And when the mission required action, I stood in harm's way. I took one for my country. Many of my friends died. I taste life each day for them, and I wear my Purple Heart with pride. Medals of valor and of honor to everyone who gave. This land is our land. America is the home of the brave. I am an American soldier. I fought for this great land, and when life and freedom is in danger, I shall take a stand. Ladies and gentlemen, being here today with you is my privilege. I'm here because Peggy Thomas believed in me. She believes in you, and I know that you guys will be just following her footsteps, but you'll have to hurry. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the poem that I penned and recited for you earlier. It's my way to say thank you for all of your hard work and commitment on behalf of many thousands of veterans and their families you assist on a daily basis. I would like to share with you just some random thoughts with no direction until you get to the end. Grandmothers, mothers, daughters, wives, and sisters, this is your day to soar to new heights. It belongs to you. You observed in our hour of need the trauma we suffered in war and took your cue. You organized and met to serve and meet those needs. We were withered, beaten, wounded, and in our minds we bore the emotional scars of war. In those scars, you sowed the seeds of your compassionate care, thoughtful understanding, and unrelenting love. To this day, you nurture and cultivate and tend those seeds with the determination of a wrestler, a wild boar, a bulldog, and the patience of an angel. With God's hands, you succeed in giving back thousands of veterans their lives. I am but one veteran, and you are many, but you make me feel as if I am the only one. You make me feel whole, complete. You make me rich. Your compassion and your emotional support and your love is genuinely confirmed and proven by the way you exalt, honor, and extol the veterans who serve this great country. Color me, color you, red, white, and blue. God bless the American Legion, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Jim is also one of our Creative Arts winners, and we appreciate him being here with us today. I have several announcements. A reminder that the NEC meeting will be in room 125, 126, immediately following the close of this convention. I ask that you please show courtesy by remaining in your seats until the close of the convention and the retiring officers have left the stage. The National President's Pin will be given to each of you as you leave the convention. Madam President Peggy, would you and President Chris approach the mic and give her back her gavel so she may close her convention?
I present to you your gavel to close the convention.
Thank you.
Would the Sergeant at Arms please retire the Department of Virginia flags. Honor escorts, please escort the new president, her family, friends, and new officers from this platform. Okay, thank you. Forgot me. Okay. All right. Unplug me.
Tom and Rory, could you join us on the stage? You can be seated for a minute if you would like. I'd just like to take this moment to thank all of you for what you did this year for our veterans, our military, and their families. And I'd like to challenge you when you leave here to remember to honor their service and to look into their eyes when you do and see our faces of freedom. I'd like to thank each and every one of you again for your hospitality, your friendship, and your support.
I gotta put my foot.
I'd like to thank my American Legion family from the Department of Minnesota. Where are you? Thank you for your support this year. I'd like to thank my family, if they'll stand, and our son, Troy, and his wife, Angie, are teachers, so they couldn't be here this week. School started. Last year, when we began the year, we told you that it takes a village, so I'd like to thank my village, our close friends that are with us today, Tom and Lois, Jan and Rory. Shirley, would you please stand? Also, special thanks to Wendy, Jan, Debbie, and Sarah for participating today. Would you stand? And let's give a standing ovation to the officers who served you this year. And our national headquarters staff, who were the wind beneath my wings all year. Please help me thank them. As we leave the hall, we're going to show some pictures of my visits to your departments. This concludes the 92nd Annual American Legion Auxiliary Convention. Would you please retire the colors? Sarah and Lo. You ladies follow. You all want to follow them.